I do live in D.C. at the moment, so I am so glad that this election is over. Mostly because this election to me felt less like a race for the President of the United States and more like a race for President of the student body at high school. If you think about it, it mirrored it on every level, right? You had one candidate who's 6 semesters honor roll in every extracurricular activity, right? She's a student at the school, but also a teacher somehow. She plays on the sports team. She's also a coach. But then there's another candidate who's like, I want to replace every class with lunch. And you're like, I got to hear him out. Everyone's like, how are we going to learn, Brad? He's like, I don't know. He says he's going to make high school great again. And I got to... I never would have bought into that because I hated high school. I hated high school because I never got girls. Probably because at the same time in high school, I was in 10th grade. I had braces, glasses, and a back brace. Yeah, you heard me right. No high school girl has ever wanted to sleep with Harry Potter / RoboCop. That's never happened. To add insult to injury, at the exact same time I had braces, glasses, and a back brace, I also worked at a Michael's Arts and Crafts. Yeah. I didn't even apply. I just walked in one day and the manager threw me a smock. He's like, you look like you'd work here. Now start unpacking paintbrushes. It's true, the people that go in there, 98% women who shop there. But I will tell you, it never helped me get a girl's phone number, okay? Because here's the thing, women, you might like to make a mean scrapbook, but you'd never, ever want to date a guy who worked at a Michael's Arts and Crafts because all he can offer you is 40% off everything in the store. So that means when you want lacy lingerie for Christmas, he's going to get you all the supplies to make your own lacy lingerie. That joke needs its own sewing machine, so... I am Jewish. You couldn't tell by my last name. But I'm not that religious. And I like to say that, make that distinction, because I feel like when I tell people I'm not that religious, people tend to think, okay, you're either an atheist or you're agnostic. But I don't feel like I'm either. I don't feel like I'm an atheist nor agnostic. I just feel like I'm apathetic. Like, do you know what my least favorite religion is? Yours. Like, whatever you are, like, I don't care. Don't talk to you about it. I don't want to know. Keep it to yourself. But there are people out there, you know, who have dedicated their entire lives and careers to converting people to their religion, and that blows my mind. I've never understood the efficiency or the effectiveness of that at all. I've never been walking down the street and a guy's come up to me and been like, sir, have you accepted Jesus into your life? And then I've been like, oh my God, not yet, I'm intrigued, please continue. That's never happened. And these people, they have no sense of humor, I'll tell you that. I was walking down the street in D.C., minding my own business. A guy I'd never met before came up to me. He looked at me, he said, sir, do you have a couple minutes for Jesus? Now, as a Jew, that question caught me off guard. I did not know how to respond at all. So I paused and I looked at him and I was like, well, what's wrong with him? Like, is he all right? Like, don't get me wrong. If Jesus is in trouble, I'm gonna help a brother out. He did not know what I was talking about at all. So he looked at me and he was like, no, sir, I'm just getting the feeling that you have yet to find yourself. And I was like, okay, I'll buy that. But can we please leave the fact that they look like Waldo out of this for 1 minute, please? It's a look-alike joke. 27 and I'm Jewish, and I've learned one thing, I think, is that I just think Jesus is overrated. Hear me out. Okay? All I ever hear about when it comes to Jesus is all the miracles that he performed. Now, I'm Team Moses, okay? I don't know if you know, Moses was performing crazy, awesome miracles way before Jesus ever came along. Moses is the original gangster of miracle work. Right? Think about it, right? What do people say about Jesus? People say Jesus turned water into wine. You hear that a lot, right? I'm not impressed. I don't know if you know, Moses turned all the water in Egypt into blood, which is way harder. If you think about it logically too, water can eventually turn into wine. If you put water in the ground, you can grow grapes, you can make wine. The only way to turn water into blood is to hand someone a water bottle and then stab them. That's the only way. What else do people say about Jesus? People say Jesus walked on water. You hear that a lot, right? Jesus walked on water. Oh my goodness. Again, I'm not impressed. Because I don't know if you know, Moses walked up to the water and he's like, nah, and he threw it to the side. That's way more difficult. He's like, I ain't got time for this water. Hashtag no filter. I don't know if any of you are dog people. I feel like you're not a dog person unless you bring your dog in to bring your kid to work day. That's when you know you're a dog person. My coworker Jackie loves dogs. She came into work one day, 9 a.m., burst through the door. She's like, Max, you wouldn't believe it. I was out walking Sadie last night, and someone was walking their cat. Someone was walking their cat. And I was like, okay, to be fair, that is unusual. But I find it hilarious that people scoff at the idea of people treating their cats like dogs, but they have no problem at all treating their dogs like humans. Do you know what I mean? It's like, where do you get off being like, I'm sorry, are you walking your cat right now? My dog cannot enjoy his brunch while you're walking your cat right now. It is so distracting. My fully clothed dog cannot enjoy his mimosa with your cat on a leash. You guys have been wonderful. My name is Max Rosenblum.